Hi everyone, welcome to NetGate Chemistry. So now we'll go ahead and solve some of the previous year questions of CSIR NET exams from the topic electrochemistry. So the first question which is given to us, it says that the standard cell potential for the reaction given as this is plus 1.10 volt. The Gibbs free energy change during the reaction is, that is, we have to find out delta G. Gibbs free energy change, that is delta G. So how to approach the question? It's a very easy question. So what you should know is we have to find out delta G naught value, right? So we know that delta G naught is equals to minus NF E naught of cell, right? Why I'm using this relation? Because they have given the EMF of the cell, right? And we have to find out the Gibbs free energy change. So relation between these two is this one, right? So that's why I'm using this equation. Now if you look for the value of n is the number of electrons exchanged. So if you look here, Zn is changing to Zn 2 positive, copper 2 positive changing to copper. So there is net exchange of 2 electrons. So n value is 2 here. So I'll put minus 2. F is Faraday's constant, value is 96500 into E naught of cell, which is given to us as plus 1.10 volt. So if you solve this, you will get approximate answer as 212.3 kilojoule per mole. Okay, if I have to tell you one extra step in between, then actually you will be getting the value as 21230 joule per mole, right? But what you have to do is you have to convert this value to kilojoule per mole, right? Because this type of answer is not given to us. So what we will do is we'll divide this value by 1000, right? And after dividing this value by 1000, you will get this answer. Okay, so the approximate answer is going to be option C. Okay, so here option C will be the correct option. It was a very easy question. You just need to know the relation between delta G naught and E naught. E naught is given to us and delta G naught we have to find out. So you have to use this equation, just substitute the values and look for the approximate answer. Okay, so option C is the correct option. So now with this we'll move on to the second question. So now this next question says that the standard free energy of the reaction given as this one is closest to. The values given to us are EMF for reaction having AgBr changing to AgBr negative, and the EMF value for Ag changing to Ag positive. Faraday's constant value is also given to us. So now we'll just write down the equations first and then the corresponding EMF values. Okay, so first for this we'll try to write down the equation. It will be AgBr, okay, giving us Ag plus Br negative. Definitely it has used up one electron, right? For this equation, E naught value is given to us as 0.07 volt. This is the first electrode reaction. Now for second one, Ag changing to Ag positive, Ag giving Ag positive. So definitely one electron will appear here, right? Here Ag is losing one electron. So for this also we have been given the EMF as 0.80 volt. Okay, for these two equations, these two reactions, we have been given the E naught values. Okay, now if we want to write down the overall cell reaction, then what it will be looking like, it will be AgBr solid giving Ag positive plus Br negative. These electrons will cancel out. Okay, now Ag will also cancel out. Now we have to find out E naught value for this reaction first of all, right? Using this E naught value we can find out the standard energy of reaction, right? Standard energy is basically the standard Gibbs free energy, that is delta G naught value. So this is the overall reaction, and for this we have to find out the E naught value. And how we can find out that? We can find out using these two values. In the question they are asking about the standard free energy of the reaction. So standard free energy is nothing but the delta G naught value, right? Standard means delta G naught value, standard free energy. So first we'll find out the E naught value, and then using the E naught value we can find out the delta G naught value. So first we'll go ahead and find the E naught value. Okay, so for full cell reaction, this full cell reaction, delta E naught of cell, what it will be? E naught of cell will be equal to E naught cathode, reduction potential at cathode, minus reduction potential at anode, right? This is the formula in terms of reduction potential, but here you will see at one of the electrodes oxidation is happening and at one of the electrodes reduction is happening, right? So now what we can do is E naught of cell will be equal to E naught reduction potential at cathode plus E naught oxidation potential at anode. This is the formula for E naught of cell when we have been given oxidation and reduction potentials, right? So now what we have to do is we just have to put the values. This formula we have already studied in the previous questions which we have done in the previous videos. So this is the formula in terms of oxidation and reduction potentials. So now we just have to put the values. This is here it will be cathode. This reaction will be happening at cathode, right? And this is the reaction happening at anode. Why I'm saying that? Here oxidation is taking place, so oxidation happens at anode and reduction happens at cathode, right? Oxidation means removal of electron. Okay, so we have to put the reduction potential value for cathode. At cathode reduction is happening and we have to put the reduction potential values as 0.07 plus 0.80. This is the E naught value at anode, oxidation potential value. So this is this one. So we'll get 0.87 volt. This is the E naught of cell. Okay, now we have found the E naught of cell. Now next what we have to find out is the delta G naught value. Now what is the relation between delta G naught and E naught? That is delta G naught equals to minus NF E naught of cell. Now how to find out N? For N you have to look for the number of electrons exchanged. So here you can see that only one electron is getting exchanged, so the value of N will be equal to 1 here. So you will substitute minus 1 into Faraday's constant is given to us 96500, so that value will be substituted here, 96500. Now we have to put the value of E naught of cell, which is 0.87 volt. Okay, so now if you calculate this, what you will get is 83955, right? Approximately 83955 joule per mole. Okay, but this much lengthy answer is not given in each of these four options, but they have given two of the values in kilojoules. So we'll try and convert this into kilojoules. How we can do that? By dividing by 1000, right? So what we will get is 83.955 kilojoules per mole. Now in the question, what you have to see, in the question they are asking, we have to find out the closest value, right? So first of all what we are getting is in kilojoules per mole. The value which we were getting in joules per mole, right? Joules per mole, it was not at all comparable to the values which were given in joule per mole, which is B and D, right? Minus 70 and minus 7 are not comparable to this much big value. So we converted this value into kilojoule per mole and we got the answer as 83 point something, right? So now these two options are already cancelled out. Out of A and C, what you can see is that 83 kilojoule per mole approximately is closest to minus 70 kilojoules per mole, right? So the correct option is going to be option C. Okay, so this is how you can approach this question, because they're asking about the closest value, so the answer is going to be option C, right? So here what you should know in this question: at anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place. Okay, they have given the E0 values of both of these reactions, and we should know the formula for E0 of cell in terms of oxidation and reduction potential. That way we can find out the E0 of cell, and then by using this relation between delta G0 and E0 of cell, we can find the value of delta G0, right? So this is so far about this question. So I think so far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.